Welcome back, happy Monday. How are we doing? If we've not met before, I'm Katie, helping you navigate the Dubai property market. Now, we're in for a treat. Today, I'm going to show you an opportunity to get in early to what's going to be one of the epicenters of Dubai, an area that capital appreciated 25% last year. This is perfect for my entry-level investors who want maximum capital appreciation and getting into an area early with a fantastic developer. The launch day is just around the corner, so let's dive in because I need to go through everything you need to know. First things first, locations. One of the main reasons this project is going to absolutely fly. And really it's the location that's going to make you a lot of money. So when we look across Dubai and what's going on over here, we can see more and more development is moving more and more south. We've had the launch of Palm Jebel Ali, which has taken all the learnings from Palm Jumeirah. They're going bigger, they're going better. But the main reason everything is moving towards the south is this plot of land here where the brand new airport is being located. The current airport has the capacity for 90 million passengers. This new one has the capacity for 250 million passengers. This is a 38 billion dirham project. The government have put so much attention on making this happen because it's going to be the future of Dubai. It's going to be groundbreaking for the area because if Dubai can hold a lot more passengers, it's going to grow at an incredible scale. The airport was announced last year. To give you context of the size of this is 3 times the size of the current airport. There'll be 1 million staff required to just staff this airport alone. It is going to be an absolute hotspot of Dubai. Not only that, next door to it, they have created Expo City. Now, Expo City is going to be the events capital of the Middle East. At the moment, all the events across the city are held in the World Trade Center, which is up close to downtown. So any big event that goes on here, immediately we have a problem because traffic is a problem. They did not understand and expect how big these events were going to get. So the whole city comes to a standstill. They knew events were a huge, huge part of the tourism and everything they're creating here. So they've actually created a whole plot of land dedicated to the entertainment space. We are talking the biggest expedition center in this world that is about to hand over in January of next year. They already have 600 events lined up for 2026. Think festivals, expos, any big event all across the Middle East. This is where it's going to be happening, and it's going to be happening in this plot of land here. Because from the back of the airport, on the back of Expo City, there's some major businesses that are already moving their attention to this area. We've seen DP World, Emirates Airlines, Siemens all move their headquarters to this point already. And there's so many more now following. So when the government are behind a project like this, when we are looking at the amount of development that's coming into this area in terms of infrastructure, in terms of events, in terms of businesses that are coming to this area is about to take off. Hence why it's been so popular and getting a lot of attention from investors around the world, because if you can get in early and benefit from everything that's going to kick off in this area, you're going to be very well rewarded for it. And to date, it's only been the government-backed developers that have been allowed into this space. The government-backed developers always get a priority because they know what's coming up before everyone else knows what's coming up. So down here in this area, the projects that we've been able to have access to was Emaar South. The saying goes, where Emaar goes, real estate flows. They're one of the biggest developers in Dubai and one of the key players in everything that's happening here. You know when there's an Emaar community that this area is going to get priority when it comes to road access, transport and accessibility. And on that note, accessibility has been thought about with the amount of people coming in and out of this area in particular. First things first, we need to make sure we've got the infrastructure to support it. You'll notice the area is wrapped around 3 major arteries of Dubai. So road access is very much considered. On top of that, flights go without saying, but in also public transport, you are going to be connected to the metro. You'll have a metro station at the airport, 1 stop away from Expo City and then connecting to the rest of Dubai. Not only that, you'll also have access to the Etihad rail, which will take you to Abu Dhabi in 30 minutes. Now, Abu Dhabi's a video for another time, but there's a lot going on there too. And the fact that you'll be easily connected is a massive win for investors. Connectivity has been thought about. Development goes without saying. But as I was saying, the only opportunities we've had here so far have been through government-backed developers, which are great. Government-backed developers bring safety, bring security. You know where they're going, you're in safe hands. However, EMAR, for example, have an 80-20 payment plan. They are only good for my investors that are looking to make cash purchases, because 80% of the property value will be required throughout that construction period. So it's a little bit less flexible for my clients looking to finance and looking to leverage their cash as far as possible. That was until about 2 months ago, when we saw the launch of a project called 888 by Avenue. Now, Avenue are relatively new players to the game. You may not have heard of them before. However, when you do a little bit of digging and understand who is behind this, the fact that they were first to launch makes a lot of sense. The ex-CEO of EMAR stepped away to create his own brand, Avenue 888. And when you look at the projects they're creating, you can understand how it's ex-EMAR. It looks like EMAR, feels like EMAR, the same architects, build quality, standards behind the brand. However, because they're new players to the game, you're getting in at a much lower cost and a much more flexible payment plan, which is a massive win for us as investors, because we're getting an EMAR style product, vision, architect, building, but with all the benefits of a private developer. Avenue 888 is this master community of 6 towers. It's got 888 units in the whole plot, and you can see it all sits around this central hub of amenities. Think pools, spas, gyms, paddle, basketball, dogs, running tracks, co-working spaces, everything you can think of is in this project. It's creating a place where people want to stay, which again is really, really important for us. It means tenants are going to want to be here. It means we're going to be able to resell, and you're going to protect your capital appreciation in that process. And 2 months ago, they came to the market with the first initial launch of this project. They launched 2 towers and it absolutely flew. It sold out immediately because people could see the real value in this project. We compare it to EMAR South, which is literally next door, where people are paying double the prices for the same product. People are having to pay at a higher payment plan, especially when you know what's going on in the area. This is not going to happen. There is billions and billions and billions that has already been put aside to make this happen. It's part of the 2040 plan. It's not just happening, but it's actually already in place. These businesses are already in. Expo City has events starting, which gives us a lot of certainty and a lot of credibility of what is going to be here. Now, the first launch was very, very popular. It completely sold out, but we have the second out of the 3 launches that are going to be in this project coming up before the end of the month. Now, in terms of the actual details of this launch, the floor plans, the price points, the payment plans haven't been released. However, the moment they are released, it's too late. At that point, we're in launch, and these things that sell out on launch day. So what I have to do is use the information we've got from the previous launch to help us to understand what we can expect to see. Now, the first 2 launches were these 2 buildings here. The second 2 launches are going to be the middle 2, the most prime spots of the community. In terms of the numbers and what we saw on the previous launch, we had 1 bed starting from 850,000 AED, and this was for a 1 bed with a size of 700 square feet. So you're looking at 1,200 price per square foot on AED. Now, 850,000 AED does qualify you for that investment visa, especially if that's important to you. But I still work in Great British Pounds. I know a lot of this audience is in that world. So just for context, I've got that equivalent here for you. 178,000 is the purchase price for a 1 bed in this project. And their payment plan is very, very flexible. So to secure one of these on booking, you need 10% down payment plus your 4% DLD. Now, your DLD is equivalent of your stamp duty. It's a flat fee across anything you buy in Dubai, and that's paid up front. So all in to secure your unit plus a small admin fee, you're looking at about 26,000 to get into this project. Then you are popped into a payment plan. Now, this was the payment plan from the previous one. We can expect the next one to be very, very similar. And you pay those payments right the way up to Q1 2028 when the project is due to complete, and that final 40% is due. Now, because this is the final 40%, we can mortgage this section. Typically 3 months out from completion, we'd have a conversation with a mortgage broker. They can put the best product in place at the time to make that final balloon payment, and the property is yours. Now, the unique thing about this is I think we've got a lot of different exit options when we're looking at this property. We're getting into an area early, so even the flip side of things of this are going to be very, very strong. But your rental yields, they're going to look after you as well. Because remember, we've got 1 million people working in the airport alone. Where there's an airport, it also lends itself naturally to short-term lets. But on top of that, you've got Expo City with some of the biggest companies and their headquarters there. All those staff need somewhere to live. On top of that, with Expo City comes events, again, lending itself to the short-term let. So in terms of your capital appreciation, you are going to be very, very well looked after. It also gives you peace of mind that if you actually want to rent this out, you've got the short-term let option, but equally a fantastic opportunity in the long let space, and you know there's always going to be a high demand for it. In terms of numbers and what we can expect to see, it's a brand new area, so no one can ever guarantee exactly what you can expect. However, the numbers I have put in here are based from a very, very similar project that we've seen in Dubai Hills. As I said, it looks very EMAR, it feels very EMAR, and there's virtually a carbon copy of this building, of this concept in Dubai Hills. 1 bedrooms in that property today are going at 74,000 AED per square foot, about 15,500, okay? Then you need to take into consideration your service charge. So for the lifeguards, the pools, all those facilities that we saw that make it a massive selling point, there's a yearly fee for those. That's £2,200 per year. So net, we're looking at 13,300, about a 7.4% yield. That is based on today's rates. I'd always prefer to under-promise, over-deliver. In reality, rents in Dubai, they increase 10% every single year. There is going to be the biggest airport in the world. You are going to be next to the biggest events capital of the Middle East. If anything, I would say we're being conservative here, but it is just the way I roll. If you're happy with this, anything else is a bonus. Your capital appreciation as well is the other side of that coin. Again, no one can predict what we are going to see here. However, based on the data that we have available, the last 12 months in Dubai South, we've seen an increase of 25%. And there's no airport yet. There's no Expo City yet. So this is absolutely flying, and we're not even close to where this is going to get to. Again, I have been conservative, assuming 20% for the next 3 years. I've put in here an increase of 60% over the construction period, which would mean that 850,000 or that 180,000 purchase price at handover would be worth 280,000. Your cash in based on the payment plan, 107,000, your cash out, 178,000. And as a reminder, you've not lifted a finger, okay? You are literally just making the payments, the developer's doing the hard work for you, and you are getting the benefit from everything that Dubai is doing in that area. Your ROI on cash invested at that point would be 66% return. Now you can see I've been conservative. Even if capital appreciation stayed the same at 25% every single year for the next construction period, you can see you're virtually doubling your money over the construction period. I will use the link so you can have a play around with this spreadsheet of exactly what it looks like, but I would always prefer to under-promise, over-deliver. The opportunity with this is fantastic. The fact you are getting in at an entry-level point in one of the most thriving hotspots of Dubai right now is a fantastic opportunity for investors, those looking for a visa, those looking to live here, those looking to invest. Wherever you are in the world, you are able to make this happen. You do not have to be here for this process. Now, I talk about the process because this is going to be a popular one. It is a unique situation that we are in here because it is such a great investment. You're not the only ones that think that, okay? There's eyes from all across the world on Dubai. So when a good project comes up, it sells out very, very quickly. We saw this with the last launch, it sold out immediately. And that's why I'm trying to give you as much information as early as possible so we can get you in the queue to give you chance to secure one of these. The typical process with this, we follow the launch process. You will need to put down an EOI to show your registration and interest in the project. This is typically between 50,000 and 100,000 AED, so about 10,000 Great British, you put down with your preference of unit number. This token, this ticket into the queue, is completely refundable, but it shows your interest and secures our spot in the queue. Then we roll around to launch day. I'm on the ground doing the running round for you to get you access to these units. On that day, we hope to be allocated a unit. At that point, you get to see the exact unit, the views, the height, the price. You are happy with the unit, fantastic, we've secured it. Your EOI money goes towards the down payment. We've got time to get you into this payment plan and the unit is yours, it's safe and secure. If not, you walk away, no problem. Your EOI money is refunded, the unit goes to the next person in the queue. That's how it works. So in terms of your EOI, it's completely refundable, but if you're not in it, you definitely can't win it. I can't stress, the good projects do sell out, and it's a blessing and a curse, because if you get into a sold out launch, it's fantastic because no one can go to the developer anymore. There's a limited amount of inventory. So for people to get into this project, they have to pay a premium to get it off you. And that's where we can start to build in our capital appreciation from day one. That being said, launch days, it can seem funny, right? I come from the UK. This is foreign concept that you're putting down a raffle ticket for a chance to get one of these. But that shows the demand. It shows how popular the product is and really helps you lock in your returns from day one. What I will do for you guys, I will leave all the links below so that you can have a look through the brochures, the floor plans. If you need any more information or want help getting into this launch, that is what we're here to do. Use the links below, book a call, and let's have a chat so that we can understand if this is right for you. And if it is, we will definitely get you in the right place to make sure you secure one. I hope you found that helpful. Any questions, leave them below, and I will see you on the next one.